Hi, everybody. It is Kathy, and I love to be selling. Come on in, sellers. I have got a super actually set of hot tips for you all about getting more sales on eBay. Yay! One of our favorite topics, right? But I'm going to approach it from a direction that I don't hear covered a lot, but it's super important. And most importantly, it's very effective and it absolutely gets results. It's also a set of tips about getting more sales on eBay that works for you, whether you're a new seller, a more intermediate seller, and also for my very advanced selling friends. So I'm going to get right to it on this. And this is what got me thinking, because actually I'm sort of gearing up for fourth quarter. I'm thinking about what my life is going to be like in November and December. And just to date this is August of 2021. So typically I try to think about the coming season that I'm going to be selling in and things that I can anticipate. There's always things you can't anticipate, but things I want to anticipate so I can make plans. Okay. And part of it is, first of all, when you're going into what you know to be a busy season for you, is to think about all the different variables that are going to be going on. So for instance, if you're selling more, you're shipping more. The other thing is you typically will have more customer service questions too, especially when you're going into the holidays. Oftentimes people will ship at the last minute. They're going to want to know, can you give them some kind of deal on shipping if they combine this and that? But anyway, I find there's an uptick in customer service. There's an uptick, yay, more sales, yay, more shipping, but all of that takes time. And the other thing about the holidays, hey, Norman, how are you? I'm sure for all of us is there's friends and family. And regardless of what's going on in the world, there's more time with family, there's more time with friends one way or another. And sometimes you might have local events that you like to attend. There's caroling or tree lighting or a toy drive, but there's different things going on that you're going to want to attend. So it's good to sort of start to think about that, which is, okay, there are these things in my neighborhood or in my community that I want to do. And then typically my business sales will increase. Hey, Christy, how are you? And just to start to think about it. And I am the queen of writing stuff down. Start to write it down. Write it down on paper, write it in a journal. I also have lovely journals. Here's my eBay journal. If you prefer to do things electronically, write it down, but just start to sort of think about it. And I was writing about different parts of our selling business. And this is certainly useful for my Poshmark and Mercari and Amazon friends too. So for us as sellers, I'm sourcing. So will I continue to source inventory through the holidays? And this is true for any busy season. I worked with a home and garden seller, and for him, his busy season is March, April, May. He's not super busy at the holidays. So whatever your typical busy season, or you're having a personal busy season. I have a very good friend. Her daughter's getting married. So right now she's very busy because she has a lot of family things going on. So just when you know something's going to get busy for you, it's good to think through your business so you don't get jammed up. So for those of us, there's sourcing. Will I continue to source through the holidays or not? And this can be true in the summer too. There's a ton of yard sales and stuff. I might be sourcing, and then maybe I take my foot off the pedal in the fall. So think about that. Will I continue to source? If I am going to continue to source, where? Am I going to be doing retail arbitrage, like going into stores? Am I going to be doing online arbitrage, like looking for really good sales, perhaps like Black Friday sales and things like that? But just think about, like, how am I planning on sourcing inventory? Listing. I'm going to need to keep listing. And break. Don't just think like, okay, I'm going to be listing. Think about all the parts. Here, I'm grabbing my pen. Think about all the parts of listing. It's taking measurements. It's taking pictures. There's research. Write all this down, because these are things that you're doing and you may not even be aware that you're doing it. Shipping. And the thing about shipping, it's not just about get it out the door, or your post office is picking it up, or you're taking it to the post office or FedEx or DHL or wherever it is. It's also the pulling the item, getting it packaged, and then on its way. There's more to shipping than meets the eye, and maintaining shipping supplies. So do you have somebody to help you with that? Is there somebody in your family or a neighbor that can help you with that? There's also services. If you think about my Amazon seller friends, excuse me, they have FBA. Everything's in warehouses, and Amazon's doing the shipping. For very large sellers, fulfillment centers work that way. There's also other great shipping services where you can give them not give them, but you ship them your inventory and they ship for you. So look at your profit margins. If you're starting to really grow, you're on multiple platforms, perhaps, or you're just really killing it on eBay. Take a look at, is it worth it to you? And it might be, to offload some of your shipping. So think about that, because shipping's not just put it in the box. It's pulling the item, right? So having your inventory organized, packing it, and then getting it out. So perhaps right now you want to work on organizing your inventory better. Or I know one thing I did a while ago, and I periodically go through and do it about every 6 months, is I organized my shipping area. And I bring this up because if you organize your shipping area, and that's where your tape is, where your tissue is, your bubble, your poly mailers, and I actually reorganized my shipping boxes. I use the USPS boxes a lot, the priority mail, and I literally put them in order. So I did regional A, the 2 sizes. I don't use regional B. Then medium flat rate, the sizes. Then shoebox. Then, if I remember correctly, priority express, and then miscellaneous regular priority. These are all USPS free supplies, and use them correctly, right? So regional A gets used for regional A, that kind of thing. But I have them in order so that when I need to go and pull a regional A or pull a medium, I'm not like digging through a pile of priority boxes. I've got them in order. If you use a lot of regular boxes, again, if you have an eBay store and you're using your eBay shipping supplies to get boxes, again, putting them in order of size is super, super helpful. Because then when you go to pull the box that you need for the item, same thing with your poly mailers, is I have it in order. So I know I need the really small box, I need the medium box, I need the large box, because that can save you, think about this, if it even saves you 30 seconds, or let's go wild. Let's say it saves you a minute. And let's say we're going to go from a smaller seller. Let's say you're shipping 4 items a day. And I'm saving, by putting my boxes in order or my mailers in order, I'm saving myself 4 minutes a day. Okay. It doesn't seem like a lot, right? But 4 times 5, that's 20 minutes a week. And I'm shipping on Saturday, right? So that's 24 minutes a week. That's almost 30 minutes a week. I just put 2 to 3 hours back in my schedule, particularly at the holiday time or any time. If somebody had handed you 3 hours a month, what couldn't you do with that? And that's an easy thing to organize your shipping supplies, right? Inventory can take a little more time, but just putting those boxes in order, the poly mailers in order. And the other thing I did was to put it in an area that I could get to easily. So it's literally a few steps and I'm there. So again, it's saving those 30 seconds. And again, don't poo-poo it because they add up. That minute and a half, that 2 minutes. Again, if you're saving yourself a minute per item you're shipping, add up, just go look at your solds, add up how many things you shipped this week, and look at how much time you just put back in your schedule. When I have that extra 30 minutes, I have that extra hour, that's more listing I can do, right? That's more sourcing I can do, or more time with my family. And the other thing I wanted to bring up for saving time, because it's all about getting more solds. How do I get more solds? Definitely it's item optimization. And I have a lot of YouTubes on that and podcasts. So check them out. So it's optimized. But the other thing is it has to be listed. And so I need that time to get it listed. So again, streamlining my shipping, thinking about how I'm doing my sourcing. And the other thing is, and this is one that I don't think people think about all the time, I know I didn't, is look at your life. Okay. Look at your life. Is what tasks do I do on a regular basis? Okay. So cleaning my home or tidying my home, cooking. Okay. There may be certain errands that I need to run regularly. I know, like, if you don't know, at the beginning of my selling, I was taking care of my mom. So there were errands that I ran with her, getting her food, taking her to the doctor, spending time with her because she was hospitalized a lot at the hospital. So think about errands that you're running regularly. You might have special needs children. You might have elder care going on. You might have some medical things going on. But think about errands and tasks that are built into your life. Cleaning your house, cooking, food shopping, perhaps going to the drugstore to pick items up. And look at those, because this is something we don't always do as sellers. We look at our listing, right? We look at our inventory, we look at our shipping, we look at our item optimization, but we sort of forget about our personal life, right? And it's like, but we have one, is to look at, are there things in my personal life that I can streamline or that I can offload? So for instance, one thing I've started to do, and I never used to do this, I've been shopping for food online. I've been doing it a lot. And for me here in New York City, if you don't know, I live in New York, we were going through a situation where there was just an awful lot of shortages. So there was things that I couldn't get from my family going to the local stores, and it was available online. I know other people, they order online and then they do the non-contact pickup. So they order the food online and then they go to the store, you do it with the app or whatever, and it comes out. For me, because here in the city, you know this, if you get stuck behind a slow person, or all of a sudden you go there and there's like one clerk, and even though there may only be 4 people online, it's going to take you half an hour, 45 minutes to check out. And again, if it's your favorite store, if you have relationships with the people, I know for me with my produce, I really like to look at my apple and look at my grapes, to make the choices. But there are a lot of items, toilet paper, paper towels, I don't need to look at. It's like, I know what brands I like. I know roughly what the prices are. I'm fine about ordering it online. And a lot of places now are offering free delivery. So look at things in your life. It could be prescriptions getting filled, food. It could be having somebody come in to clean your house. And so while they're cleaning the house, you're getting your listings done. You're getting your shipping done. It could be that you have never used the free USPS mail pickup, which you can order online and have them come and pick up the mail from your home. I do know in rural areas that can be more of a challenge. And here in New York City, it hasn't worked out well because sometimes they just don't come, right? So you're there like at 5:30 at night and they have not come. And I'm still liable for my one business day handling. So for me, having the USPS pick up from me has not worked. But what has worked, I have a wonderful husband, and it is now his job. I pack and do the shipping, and he takes the mail in person to the post office. In fact, he's so good at this, he now has a relationship with our local post office manager, and he knows exactly what times of day the mail goes out. And he's great. He'll say to me every night, he's like, now make sure the mail's done by, and he tells me what time, because he said that way we get out in the first shipment. So he's really taken it to task. Needless to say, my shipping feedback is really good since he took over. But look at your personal life. Is there food shopping that could be done? Are you okay with takeout or delivery? Are there family members that can take over some tasks? And I know sometimes, especially because, we're very diligent, we like things done a certain way. Are we okay with letting somebody else do it? And they're going to do it a little differently, but it gets done. But look at things like lawn mowing services and raking leaves. Again, watch your money, watch your budget. Family members helping out, but definitely things like, the ordering the food online. Again, if you love your supermarket, if you love going up and down the aisles, if you know the perfect time to shop, I'm like, go for it. But here in the city, it is a bit of a challenge. And I figure I'm saving at least 30, 45 minutes a week by not going in, because I tend to shop in small batches because it's just the 2 of us, a week by not going into the supermarket, but ordering online and having it be delivered. So look at that. Look at your work process, right? When you're going into a busy season, or you have a lot of unlisted inventory. Oftentimes people focus on, well, I got to photograph faster, or I got to batch photograph, or I got to measure faster. And that may be true, but what also might be true is there's too many things on your plate, right? So the reason why the listing is going slowly, or the reason why things aren't getting shipped out on time, is you're handling too much. So to look at not just our business life, right? Again, whether we're a newer seller, intermediate, or more advanced. So look at my business life, my listing, my inventory, sourcing, my shipping, my customer service. Look at all of that. But then look at my personal life. Again, for my pets, right? Can somebody else walk the dog? Unless that's your favorite exercise and you love taking the dog out for a walk. Food shopping, can I order it online? Perhaps there's wonderful takeout in your area. And on your way in, you don't even have to order it and have it be delivered. On your way in, you can grab it, grab that favorite meal, or have your spouse or your partner or a family member grab that meal. But think through things that maximize your time, save your time, and then that frees you up to do those extra 5 listings a day, or pack those extra 5 things, or go to that store that is just your favorite store to source for inventory, or to have the 10, 15 minutes that you've been like going, where am I going to get this, for your social media. And the reason I bring up social media is it's a super way to increase your sales, because doing social media for your products and doing it right will help to get you more eyeballs. And typically more eyeballs on your item, more shoppers, more of the right customer helps the item to sell quicker. And this is true whether you're selling on eBay or Etsy or Poshmark or anywhere. And I have a wonderful free tip sheet for you. It's on my website, ilovetobeselling.com. So you're going to hop over there. And when you do, you're going to see it right there. It's the Essential Social Media Cheat Sheet. It is completely free. It's over 15 pages of super social media tips for eBay sellers, but Etsy, Poshmark, Mercari, you're going to love it too. And again, with that 10 minutes free, the 15 minutes free, I give you ideas for a lot of different social media sites so you can pick the one that you like. And my tips are easy to do, and they're quick, and they don't take hours, and they get you more shoppers. Again, more shoppers, more sales, more money in your pocket, which is always a good thing. So think about that. Again, think through your work process, things that can be streamlined or handed off. But then also don't forget to look at your personal life. And again, sometimes we just forget, right? We're like thinking selling, 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 selling. And we forget about our personal. It's like personal life is think it through. The tasks that you have, it could be how you work out, right? How you get some exercise. Are there things that I can, tweak around? And that way I get more time back in my schedule, because I'm handing off certain things. I'm rethinking things. Rather than go to that gym that's on the other side of town, I find one that's closer to me. So it saves me half an hour. Or rather than going to the gym, I'm going to take my dog out for a nice half an hour, 45-minute walk, and enjoy my dog and enjoy the exercise. So it's always thinking through my time, so it's getting used in a way that's nurturing and loving to me and my schedule. And that's what it's all about. Having a business that works for ourselves, our families, our lives, and having a schedule that does the same thing. And then with a few extra minutes that you have, I've got the Essential Social Media Cheat Sheet, because what I want you to do is, in a short amount of time, be able to drive shoppers to you and increase the sell-through rate. So things aren't sitting on the shelf so long. You get the money back in your pocket for things that you want to do, like buy more inventory or buy yourself a treat or pay bills. So enjoy Essential Social Media Cheat Sheet. And again, think through where your time is going, so it goes where you want it. Okay, great, everybody. Bye-bye. I'm Kathy, and I love to be selling.